Konnichiwa.
This is Sapphire Yagami, and I just finished watching the season finale of season 2 of Once Upon a Time. And I would say, guys, it was good, and I'm kind of mad because I don't want to wait till this coming fall. I kind of don't want to wait, but you gotta wait. So, if you haven't seen pretty much all the episodes, you could if you haven't seen all of season 1, you can watch it on Netflix or Hulu, whatever you have. And for this season, you can watch it on ABC.com or find somebody who could DVR. This the synopsis recap of this entire episode, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it was good. Like, I was screaming at the screen and everything. All right. This episode's title is "And Train On to Morning," as you know, is a reference to, well, Peter Pan. All right. So we have the inhabitants of Story are pretty much preparing themselves for, pretty much, you might as well say, for them, the end of the world. In this episode, we have Tamara and Owen, since they have the trigger, which they found in Regina's pocket. They go down to the mines along with Hook's help, and they tell him that once they activate this trigger, everybody who is here, who is pretty much connected, who pretty much everybody in Storybrooke who's not from this world will die. So that pretty much means Snow is gonna die, Charming, Regina, Rumpelstiltskin, Hook, because he wasn't born here. Even Emma, because Emma wasn't born in Storybrooke. She was born in, you know, the fairy tale world, and she was brought over here. So the only person that would pretty much be left would be Henry, because he was born here. So they activate the trigger, and then the ground starts shaking, and the trees, since Storybrooke was magically placed in this forest area, the forest is pretty much taking over the whole town. So everybody's panicking, like, oh my god, what we're gonna do. So they're like, okay, what we would do is find Tamara Owen, get the magic beans back, and get everybody together, and we all jump in the portal to pretty much escape, this terrible fate. So they tell Rumpelstiltskin Neil is dead. Now, my first reaction, I thought Rumpelstiltskin would do. I thought Rumpelstiltskin was gonna get all mad and be like, you know what, I'm about to kill tomorrow. I'm gonna rip her heart out. But it was the opposite. He was crying. He blames himself because he had brought magic to Storybrooke, and he says that maybe this is his price for magic. Because as Rumpelstiltskin always says in almost every episode we see him, magic always comes at a price. So they come up with a solution after they was unable to get the since Tamara only had the magic beans. Was Regina said she was going to pretty much stop it, but the problem is that with Regina trying to stop the destruction of Storybrooke, it will take all her strength. Pretty much, she will not survive it. Henry didn't want that, so then they come to plan. Well, we'll get the beans from Tamara Owen, grab everybody. To get the beans from Tamara Owen, and open a portal and throw the destructive, the trigger, the little diamond in there. And it was like, and Emma's like, what if it don't work? She doesn't leave Henry alone. And her come home with the Snow. She's and mother and daddy is like, Emma, we're your parents. Just let us do this one thing. And sometimes you gotta take the hard way out, because she referred back to when she had killed Cora, because that was the easy way out. And there could have been a different way she could have handled that situation, which is true, but she's easy way out. So they go to find Tamara Owen, knock him out, then they grab the beans. Hook came back because he's like, I kind of don't want to die. I'm like, I don't want to die. So, and he ends up taking the beans. So then we see him leaving on a ship. So then you're like, oh no, they're going to die. What are they going to do now? Oh no, the world is not cool. It's not good. So you're freaking out. And so then we have, at Gold's pawn shop, we have the dwarves pretty much getting their things from out of his pawn shop, and they tell Rumpelstiltskin that Mother Superior, aka the Blue Fairy, she worked on this potion, which was able for anybody who has lost, who has their fake memory, to get back their real memory. So they worked it on Sleepy, and Rumpelstiltskin used it on Belle, and now Belle's no longer Lacey. She is back to being Belle. And he tells, and apparently she still remembers everything her curse memory. And she hugs him and stuff, and they have like a kiss moment. I'm like, yes, Rubber Belle's back. Yes. And then So as they Regina still trying to pretty much slow down the curves, we have Snow, Emma, Charming, Henry. They're down there, and Emma decided since they didn't have the bean because Hook took it, so they pretty much hug. Henry goes to hug Regina, and Regina said that she's sorry that she couldn't be strong enough, but for her this would be a moment to prove that she is good. The whole self-sacrificing thing. And then we have Emma finally calling Mary Margaret and David mom and dad. I cried when she said mom, dad. She hugged them because they thought they was all gonna die. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is just too sad. Rumplebell, oh, family moments it was too much for me. I just cried. And then she get this epiphany, right? And she says that she's gonna she ends up helping Regina stop the trigger. So she puts her hands on it, just like Regina did, and they stopped it. The trigger stopped. Yay! Storybook is saved by Emma and Regina. Woo! So then they go and hug it all. Like, yeah, we're alive. And they realize Henry's gone. These Tamara and Owen is snuck down to the mine and kidnapped Henry. I'm like, really? It's like, okay, I really don't like Owen. I'm really not liking Tamara. I'm like, somebody need to get them already or something. Ooh, it's really upsetting me. So we have Regina, Emma, Mary Margaret, and David following them. They find them at the docks. Tamara throws the magic bean she had into the water and jump in the pool. And then we have Emma almost about to jump in after them. And they're like, it's going to be impossible to follow them because the fact that it's a magic bean. And a magic bean, as we know from previous episodes, that there are many portals to various worlds. And we don't know all of these worlds. So it's like he could be in any one of these worlds. So then we have Gold come up, and he says, well, he asks what's going on, and they say they took Henry, and of course Rumpelstiltskin's going to help because one, that's his grandfather, and he failed his son, so if he has a chance to save his grandson, even though the seer said that this child will be his undoing, he just felt like he failed the son, and this could be his chance of redemption for his child. So then we have Hook coming back, and Hook comes back and he decides to help out, being a good guy. I'm kind of hoping, I don't know, I kind of feel like there's going to be a love triangle between Hook, Emma, and Neil. But personally, I really do think Hook is Mexi. Oh, God, yes. And so, with Hook and Magic Bean, they all decide that they're going to go and we're going to go get Henry. So Rumpelstiltskin tells Belle to stay here at Storybrooke because of what Tamara and Owen said, that there's more than just those two. There's other people, and he needs her to pretty much set up this cloaking spell, the cloak Storybook, pretty much once again. So we now have Hook, Regina, Rumpelstiltskin, Snow, Charming, Emma, all on the Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, going to go get Henry. So we have Rumpelstiltskin, obviously. Rumpelstiltskin confronts Hook, and Hook's pretty much no longer is in his revenge mode. He let that go. So Rumpelstiltskin uses the ball to figure out where Henry is, since their blood and everything. So he drops a little blood on the globe, and it shows them where we're gonna go. And Regina said, "What world is this?" And we have Hook say, "Neverland." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, we're going back to Neverland." I guess that was another hint to the title of the episode, and on Straight to Morning. So I'm like, oh, we're going back to Neverland. This is going to be interesting. So as they open up the portal, they like, what are we going to face there? And he's talking about tomorrow. Owen said they're way in over their heads. And he said, because they don't even know who they're working for. And they were like, who are they working for? And Rumpelstiltskin says, Peter Pan. Me. What? Peter Pan? What the? Why is Peter Pan trying to destroy magic? Don't you live in a place full of magic? And fairies and mermaids and Indians and pirates, and your shadow kind of moves on its own. I'm just saying, your economy, you're kind of. I mean, is you upset because you can't grow up? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Wendy gave you that chance to grow up. That's what I remember from the Disney version. No, you come back with us, Peter, and grow up. Nobody told you could stay here forever as a little kid. I'm just saying. So that was pretty much everything that happened in present day Storybrooke. At the end of the episode, we get to see what happened to Neil, because I knew he didn't die. I'm like, he went to a portal, so he couldn't have died. He might be wounded, but he couldn't die. Because he wouldn't do that to us. He is in the world with Aurora, Prince Philip, and Mulan. They found him washed ashore on the beach. Now, I'm pretty sure Neil's probably going to be upset because he just left that world when he was young. And now he's been brought back to it. I kind of felt bad for him, poor baby. But at least he is sort of familiar, so he won't be like, "Ooh, what new world is this?" It's kind of, already familiar. All you gotta say is, Snow White's my grandma-in-law, and Rumpelstiltskin my dad, and Emma is my baby mama. Yeah. So this is all that happened with past Storybook. It finishes off with Neil's journey after the shadow takes him from last episode. And, Captain Hook find them. The Lost Boys. Now, I do really do like this twist, this dark, twist on the whole concept of Neverland and in the Lost Boys and Peter Pan. I love this nice little dark twist to them. I like it. The Lost Boys are like very dark versions of the Green Arrow and everything. They're looking for Henry because apparently the Shadow really wants this boy. And we don't know why. Hook hides him. Come to find out that, this boy that he found is the daughter of Mira, his woman, who was also the Dark One's son. So at first he wants to pretty much use this child to go and kill the Dark One. But eventually he decides not to, He has feelings, but he doesn't really like to show them. But then Balefire eventually found out that Hook was kind of trying to use him, to kill his dad, and so he kind of gives the boy a chance to stay with him on the pirate ship, but Balefire says no. So the Lost Boys take him away, and before as Bay is being taken away by the Lost Boys, he tells Hook that you doing all this stuff to try to get revenge on my father. When in it pretty much in the end you're just like him. And as they look to Rumpelstiltskin, he looked kind of hurt by the word, but pretty much it's kind of true. I mean, you're mad at Rumpelstiltskin for killing Mira, but you don't think but then again, Rumpelstiltskin has every right to be mad because one, yes, everybody considers him a coward, but personally, I don't think is much of a coward because he wanted to be there for his son. He didn't want his child to grow up without a father. I don't think that's cowardice because he injured himself. I don't think it's cowardice. I would rather my man be at home with my kid. I'm just saying, I'd rather my child have a good father figure. That's just me. And then his wife, because everybody else going around town calling him a coward. You're supposed to be his wife, really. You're supposed to be by him regardless if he called a hero card or not. You run off to be with a pirate, leaving your child here motherless. Really, in my opinion, that's bad mothering right there. Then you leave and you don't come back. Like, really, we're gonna come back when he's old enough. Really, that child needs you at every point of his life. I'm just saying. Then, Rumpelstiltskin, of course, he's going to be mad. You think he's going to really let that go. You ran off, and he don't know if you're alive or not, so he had to tell Balefire, well, Mama might be dead, because he really don't know. He rips your heart out. Hook gets mad at you because you killed his woman, but you stole his woman in the first place. It was just way too much drama. Almost was like, something they need to be on Mari. But, it's just crazy. And yeah, so that was a recap of And Straight On to Morning. We have, again, Emma, Snow, Charming, Regina, Rumpelstiltskin, and Hook going to Neverland to find Henry because he was kidnapped by Tamara and Owen, who opened a magic beam portal that led them straight to Neverland. Neil has been found by Aurora, Mulan, and Aurora's man, Prince Philip. And also, I forgot one more thing. Also, in the past flashback of we have Fairytale when the Lost Boys bring Balefire up to shore. We have this black Lost Boy. He looks at this picture. We don't see it yet. And he says that's not the one we look for. And then they tell him put him with the others. And it said he asks how long is it gonna take us to look for this boy that the Shadow really wants? And the boy says, well, it's gonna take us a while, but we're gonna find him. Come to show the picture. It's Henry. What is up with Henry that everybody wants him, but he's gonna be the ending? Rumpelstiltskin undoing. Peter Pan wants him. What is it about Henry that this is so important? Seriously, is he like some wizard or something? I'm curious. But again, that's a recap. of this entire episode. And this ends season 2 of Once Upon a Time on ABC. I will see you guys this fall for season 3 of Once Upon a Time. And I can't wait to see what happens. Can't wait to see Peter Pan. Can't wait to see new characters we're going to be introduced to. It's going to be great. Sayonara, guys.